As you probably gathered, we like a little bit of value for money here at CarBuyer, and that's why we're testing the Chevrolet Camaro, because when you consider under there is a Corvette engine, very few cars offer you this much bang for your buck. You probably noticed this is the convertible version, which costs an extra £5,000 more than the coupe. Obviously you want to see the roof working, don't you? So I'll just show you. I keep forgetting this car is left-hand drive only, so I've got to go round the proper driver's side. Okay then, right, to lower the roof, it's just a case of undoing this catch, then pressing this button and letting it do its thing. And that'll give me enough time to tell you that as standard, this car comes with leather, heated and electrically operated seats. You've also got a heads-up display. There's a rear view camera just there in the rear view mirror. And you've also got an 8-speaker stereo system, which, let me assure you, is very, very loud. Anyway, hopefully the weather will hold out. Let's go for a spin. The heart of this car is, of course, its 6.2 litre V8. And it has, in the case of this automatic version, which incidentally comes with paddle shifters and is way nicer than the manual, 400 brake horsepower, which is good for 0 to 62 miles an hour in just 5.6 seconds. Now, we all know that American muscle cars are very good in a straight line, but when it comes to going around corners, not so much. However, this car actually features all-round independent suspension, and as long as you don't expect it to handle like a Porsche Boxster, it actually corners and steers very well. In reality though, you can spend most of your time just cruising about in this car, and it's actually very good for that because the engine is just so relaxed. At 70 miles an hour, it's barely above tick over. That means that it's relatively quiet. However, that does bring me on to the downsides, because really for a V8 you expect a bit more noise and a bit more drama, unless you knock it down a couple of gears and then floor it. It doesn't make much noise, but you don't want to do that too often on these narrow roads, because this car is just so wide, and because it's only available as left-hand drive, you almost end up driving into the bushes if a car's coming the other way. The biggest problem with flooring this car though is of course the economy. Now, Chevrolet say that it'll do 21.5 miles per gallon, but do you want to know what I'm getting in reality? Do you want to know what the trip computer's saying? Have a look at that. Oh dear. There are some other problems too. Inside, the Camaro feels no more upmarket than a Korean Super Mini. The plastics are a bit cheap and fit and finish isn't great. What's more, the dials and instruments look like they belong on a toy car, not something that costs £40,000. The heater controls are pretty fiddly too, and in-car stowage is limited to say the least. If you're after a proper 4-seater convertible, you may well be better off with the Mercedes E-Class Cabriolet, because despite being absolutely massive on the outside, the Camaro isn't that big on the inside, as evidenced by, well, how little room I've got here in the back. My knees are pressed up against the seat in front, and I'm having to sit slightly twisted because the transmission tunnel actually eats into the footwell. Also, to get out, you can tilt the seat, but it doesn't slide forward, which is a real pain, believe me, if you're in the coupe version or the convertible's roof's up. Then there's the boot, which isn't that big to begin with, but when you have the roof down, it's even smaller because the hood eats into space. And good luck trying to fit bags larger than that in there, because the small opening means that it's very difficult to squeeze larger items in. But let's face it, you don't buy a car like this for its practicality. You buy it because it's a V8 muscle car that offers you plenty of performance for your money. And really, there's nothing else quite like it on the road. Subscribe to the CarBuyer channel for our latest videos. Click here to see our reviews of other convertibles. And don't forget to rate, share, favourite and comment on this video.